IYO SKY spotted traveling for the Royal Rumble with male WWE star. Hello guys. Welcome to my channel, I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. This week's edition of WWE Raw featured IYO SKY teaming up with Rhea Ripley and Stephanie Vaquer to defeat the Judgment Day. After the show in Toronto, Sky uploaded an Instagram story with a fellow star traveling to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for the Royal Rumble. This weekend, Sky's story featured Akira Tozawa, who was also in action on Raw, and won a #1 Contenders Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match while teaming with Otis. They will now receive a shot at the Usos World Tag Team Championship in the near future. The photo with Tozawa appeared to be from an airplane boarding ramp, and Sky also remarked that Canada was very cold. Toronto to Riyadh, Canada is super cold outside. She wrote, Sky and Ripley recently put the Women's Tag Team Championship on the line against Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez of the Judgment Day at Saturday night's main event XY3. They won the titles from Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, and this was their first title defense. As expected, Raquel Rodriguez interfered in the match, but she was neutralized by Stephanie Vaquer, who came out without a protective boot to take out Rodriguez. Ripley and Sky went on to retain their titles after a hard-fought match, with the Australian pinning Morgan after hitting her with the Riptide. The two stars will now appear at the Royal Rumble and will likely be a part of the Women's Rumble match to potentially earn a world title shot at WrestleMania 42. After being part of the world title picture last year at WrestleMania 41, it remains to be seen whether either of the two will be able to get the win this year. Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY retain WWE Women's Tag titles on First Defense. At Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY are still Women's Tag Team Champions after defeating Judgment Day's Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez in their first title defense at Saturday night's main event. Rhea and IYO were still able to get the job done, despite interference from Raquel Rodriguez, as Women's World Champion Stephanie Vaquer came out to help even the odds. Morgan and Sky started out the match, but Judgment Day quickly took control of the bout after Morgan tagged in Perez. The women isolated Sky in their corner. Perez let Sky crawl toward Ripley, toying with her. At one point, Perez and Sky both went for hot tags, and Perez was able to tag Morgan, who tried to intercept the champion at the last second before she could tag in Ripley, but was not successful. Ripley hit Morgan with a big fall-away slam and countered her codebreaker. Morgan countered the Razor's Edge to tag in Perez back in. Sky battled back and forth with both Morgan and Perez and dodged a Pop Rocks. She hit an over-the-moonsault, but Perez got her feet up and landed the Pop Rocks, but Sky kicked out. Ripley hit Perez with a headbutt and got her up for the Riptide, and Sky followed it up with another over-the-moonsault. She almost had the match won until Rodriguez took out Ripley, knocking her on top of the referee. Vaquer came out to take out Rodriguez, and through it all, Perez was able to crawl over to Sky to cover her, but she kicked out. Unaware Ripley was legal after Sky was able to get another tag, Morgan hit the Oblivion to Sky. Ripley caught her with a Riptide for Rhea IYO to retain. Injured WWE star helps Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY to huge victory on Raw. Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY formed a successful alliance with a returning WWE star on Raw. A few days ago, Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY successfully retained the Women's World Championship against the Judgment Day's Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez at Saturday night's main event. The title match saw interference from Morgan and Perez's teammate, Raquel Rodriguez, before the Women's World Champion Stephanie Vaquer returned to take out Big Mommy Cool. Rio and Stephanie Vaquer beat the Judgment Day on WWE Raw. Tonight on Raw, Stephanie Vaquer returned after a few weeks of absence from in-ring competition due to an ankle injury to team up with Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY in a 6-woman tag team match against the Judgment Day's Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, and Raquel Rodriguez. Despite the Judgment Day's tricks, Ripley succeeded in picking up the victory for her team. However, the care was seen still favoring her ankle after the match, which Michael Cole pointed out in concern. Ripley and Sky hold on to women's tag team championships amid interference at WWE main event. The first official match of the night then saw Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY defend their women's tag team championship against the Judgment Day's Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. The WWE Saturday night main event began with high energy at the Bell Center, which is located in Montreal, Canada. The show was scheduled to begin with a grudge match between Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu. The match did not start because Fatu attacked Cody before the bell, and they fought throughout the stadium. This led to the second match of the night being bumped up to open the show. Ripley and Sky defend titles against Morgan and Perez in thrilling opener. The first official match of the night then saw Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY defend their women's tag team championship against the Judgment Day's Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. IYO SKY started the match for her team, but Liv and Roxanne succeeded in controlling the match after they separated her from Rhea. They kept Rhea out of the match for a while until IYO tagged her partner into the fight. Ripley and Sky withstand last-second interruptions from Morgan and Perez. Ripley entered the match, which resulted in total control for her after she attempted to win the match. Perez and Morgan teamed up to defeat Rhea, however their efforts only resulted in a 2 count. Rhea used Razor's Edge on Morgan, while IYO attacked with a missile dropkick, but Perez interrupted the pin at the last moment. Chaos erupts as Ripley overcomes Raquel and Vacker to keep women's tag titles. Rhea was about to win the match because both Ripley and Sky used their finishing moves against Perez. Raquel surprised Rhea by pulling her back while Rhea fell on the referee, which resulted in the referee breaking the pin. Raquel was eliminated from the match when Stephanie Vaquer returned to the ring, but Ripley recovered to execute a riptide on Morgan, which allowed him to keep his championship titles. Also read, this WWE star has booked Royal Rumble 2026 title match against Drew McIntyre.